Ooh, I hope that's even. Hey guys, this is just the sequel to my previous video, which was the introduction to my presentation with Nick, my senior account manager at my digital marketing agency called Where You. We presented at ECU, which is the university here in Perth, for their Careers Week fair. And rather than just giving a sales pitch for working at our company for an hour and a half, we actually just told them how they can get their own clients and how they can get better results. All the stuff that university isn't teaching them, which is really, really useful. So in this clip, I give away two things. I tell them exactly how we get clients. And so it costs us $550 to get a customer, and that customer's worth like $25,000 in their lifetime. So I break down exactly how all of that works. And I also break down how they should start, because they shouldn't start with paid advertising if they're freelancing and they just want to build a portfolio of work. I explain some really easy, simple, organic strategies, and I know it works because this is exactly how I started when I was freelancing back in like 2019 or something like that, ages ago. I'm kind of showing my age here. And the feedback that we got from the presenter was we actually swore a lot, but we made up for it by the fact that we actually gave a lot of value. We had a lot of questions afterwards and people coming up to us and things like that. And the I suppose the manager of the presentation, she was a little bit of an older lady, but even though we swore a lot, we got a lot of really good feedback from it. I'll flick up the email that she sent us after we left. I think it says something about she really appreciated the transparency and the flair in our words or something like that, which was a really polite way of her saying, you guys swore a lot, but it was good. So I'm going to jump in now. So I'm going to show you guys how we get customers, and also if you're just starting out, how you can get your own customers organically really easily, so you can start getting into a lot of digital marketing or whatever you like, and hopefully you find it useful. Oh, and if you haven't watched the first video, just go back to my channel, go watch it, you'll find it useful. Cool, so that's us. Next hour, we're just going to try and help you guys out. So we're going to show you how you can get your own clients. We're going to show you how we do it. So if you guys start an agency and you've got your own team members, you can become one of our competitors. Good luck. So how we do it is we have paid social media ads where I just swear a lot. We found there's a positive correlation between the number of times I swear and how cheaper our leads get. The feedback that we get from all our ads is like the most transparent ads you'll ever see. I like really going against the grain because there's so many business gurus and agencies that are just using the typical sales tactics and fake urgency and scarcity stuff, so we just want to call all that out. And then we have a lead magnet that shows them how to solve a problem. The problem is relying on word of mouth and referrals to grow. Pretty common business problem that people experience. Fun fact, the content in it is actually built off a lot of expensive courses that I've done. Out of everyone that actually requests to download it, 1 in 10 people even bother logging in to watch it. So it's a really interesting perspective on what price and what value, what giving something away for free does. Because when you give something away for free, even though it could be valuable, people will just go, oh, I'll just check this out later. All I did was give my name, my email, and about 50% of them give me their phone number as well to download it. And a lot of them don't even bother logging in to watch it. We've got a funnel that's built in high level. You should learn that software, it's useful. If you want to go there, it's just hey.we.com.au. And then you go there, and then you'll get automatic text from me. Just unsubscribe, it's annoying. And then step 1 is they just opt in for that lead magnet, and then on the second page, there's a video from me that tries to convince them to book a sales call with me. Some of them do, some of them don't. About 7% of them do book that call. And then they rock up to the call. I get their application, and then I can see how much money they're making, what industry they're in. So I can kind of see from that form alone if they're immediately a good fit or not. And then if they aren't a good fit, they're an industry that we've never cracked before, or they're just not in a place where paid advertising is the right solution for them, then I politely reject their thing and hopefully point them in a better direction. If they are a good fit, I try and sell them our stuff. And then we do a traffic discovery session on Zoom, and I try to convince them to buy our stuff. This is the math of how all of this works. So there's an ad from me where I swear a lot. We get clicks for $1 to $2. That page converts. This week it's converted at 50%. It's usually 40%. So 1 in 2 people that hit that page will give me their full name, their email, and sometimes their phone number. So it cost me about $5 to $10 to get a lead. This week it's about $5. And then that video there is about 7 minutes long. Now it's considered good sales practice to essentially hide price until the end of the sales conversation. I thought that wasn't transparent, so I just told them the price at the 47-second mark. And then that did 2 things. 1, it reduced the number of people that booked a call because I could see it's expensive, but 2, it increased the quality of the leads that did book a call with me because 1, they appreciated that I didn't give them the sales bullshit and I just told them the price. And 2, they know they can afford it. And I think the last guy that I closed, it usually takes me 45 minutes to convince them. This dude signed up in 12 minutes. And that client will be worth $25,000 in his lifetime. So it costs $125 from there to get someone onto a call with me. Doja Cat's also on that one. And then I'll try and convince them to buy our stuff. I'll close about 25%. So it costs us $550 to get a client. They'll be worth, I think our lifetime value average is $25,000 for a client. So that's that. Do you guys want to see any of the ads that we run? Cool. I've got two options. Option A, a girl just broke up with me and I was the most pissed off from that ad, and it's our best performing ad of all time. But that one has probably the most swearing in it. Do you want option A or option B? Option A? Yeah, that's actually, we filmed that in July last year and I've actually never managed to beat it.
Is both an option or is it just the one?
They're like 50 seconds each. I mean, you can if you want. Yeah, you guys aren't going anywhere. Should we just come back to the end if we can? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So immediately, I call out the problem that they're all experiencing. If you're relying on word of mouth or referrals to grow your business, this is going to feel like straight up morphine. This is the strategy that has done this. Here's a bunch of outcomes and proof that it's done it. There's also testimonials on that landing page. And it also says it's not a course with a price that ends in a 7, so it's not $9.97 limited time offer. It's not some messenger bot hack. It's not posting content on social media every day, which business owners find exhausting. And I think that last post was like, we went like 6 months without posting. It's not how we get customers. Fun fact, we get a lot of comments on our ads. I wonder why. One dude said, why would I listen to you? You have like 300 followers on Instagram at the time. And I said, we don't get customers. I said, firstly, you have 67 followers. Secondly, it's not how we get customers. We can't keep posting the same thing, the same offer to the same 907 followers right now and expect to get clients out of it. You need a scalable system in place where you know if you put X dollars in, I know if I put $550 into this thing, I'm gonna get a client reliably. The internet was really bad, so I'm gonna play the whole ad for you guys, but when I played it there, it cut off at a certain point, you'll see. I swear to God, this is like the billionth time I've had to record this ad. If you want a service-based business and you want to be able to get more customers online, just click below. I'll give you a free video so you can just do it for yourself. And then you're probably also wondering, oh, there's going to be an upsell for a $997 course in the second page. There's no upsell in the funnel. I don't ask for your money any point in the process. But then you're probably also wondering, oh, it's free. Like, does it even actually work? It's worked for like both my companies. We use it for all of our clients. And the feedback I have gotten from people that have watched it is they found it really easy to follow along with and implement, even if they had no experience with online advertising. Most of you are probably also wondering, oh, I want to comment something mean about, I don't know, his f***ing haircut or something. Go ahead, it's good for the algorithm. Comment, I'll probably f***ing reply, bro. And that's it. So if you never want to worry about where your next customer's coming from again, you're sick of word of mouth and referrals and all that stuff, just click below. And if you want, you can talk to me about us just doing it for you, but you don't have to. You're grown up, you can make your own decisions. What are they wondering? Good question, Nick. I'm going to let that buffer. We can come back to it later. Let's move on. How do I do this thing again? Oh, yeah, no, there we go. Oh, great. Suspiciously slow. Cool. That's how we get clients. Here's how you should start. You should pick a niche that you're close to. The niche that I started in was nightlife. So the way me, Nick, and Joseph all know each other is we all just worked in the same nightclubs together. As Nick likes to put it, I was the dickhead DJ that worked at the same club as him. He was managing Metropolis Fremantle, and I was drunk there a lot. Funny enough, he drove me here, and he used to have to drive me home all the time. And I left hash browns in his car once, and ants formed a colony in his car. My bad. Do some research on the biggest problem and how to fix it. You haven't done it yet before, but you can at least try and find out how other people have fixed this problem before you. Then create a list of people in that niche. This should be relatively easy because if you follow the first step, you should know a couple of people there. Maybe you're like, I don't know, maybe you're a gym rat and you know a bunch of gym managers and stuff like that. Start talking to them, start picking their brain, personal trainers as well. They've all got problems. And it's always the same problems. It's either I need more leads or I need more sales. They both lead to the same thing. I need to make more money. And they don't want to have to rely on other people telling them about their services to get more sales. They want to be able to get customers on demand. Reach out to them to offer to work for them for free or cheap until you hit X result. That's a pretty good deal considering you haven't done this yet because it's less risk to them. No, right now you're just going to try and get testimonials and case studies. Working for free is a good starting point. You also probably suck right now. I remember my first freelancing clients. I was like, yeah, I'm great. Meet for coffee and convince them it's a good idea. Before I move on, when you're a kid, what did you want to be when you grow up? Does anyone have any weird things that they want to be when they grow up? Astronaut. Did anyone want to be a salesperson? Exactly right. Because you have a negative association with salesperson. Because when you think salesperson, you think the 90s car salesman that backs you into a corner, brings his friends in the office and tries to upsell you all this stuff that you don't need. But sometimes you had to sell something to someone to help them.
They're in an uncomfortable situation right now, and if you don't offer to help them, they're not going to get out of that. I didn't pick capitalism, you didn't pick capitalism, but sometimes you've got to sell something to someone to help them. So you need to get over this thing. Like the last company that I used to run was called The Institute. It was a DJ school where you learned to DJ clubs in an actual club. I don't operate it anymore because I wanted to focus on this. I also didn't want to fill the world with more DJs. But there were three really rewarding reasons I did it besides just the money. One, we started right before COVID, and so all my DJ friends had lost their work, and so it was a chance for me to help supplement their income. Two, we operated in venues, so while they weren't allowed to open because of COVID and stuff like that, I could at least help. In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a lot of help, but I could at least help by paying their venue fee. And the third reason is our students actually killed it. Like there's so many, I still get goosebumps like talking about it, like our students crushed it. Crash course on sales. Scripts don't work, frameworks do. I like to use the word conversational jiu-jitsu because you need to be able to say, okay, they said that, I need to do this first. I didn't make this up, by the way. If you guys want to learn more about sales, look up a guy on YouTube called Alex Hormozy. This is his framework, not mine. C is clarify why they're there. L is label them with a problem. O is overview their past experiences trying to solve this. S is sell them the vacation, not the trip there. Airport sucks. E, explain away their concerns. R is reinforce their decision. So C, I'll put this in the context of you trying to convince someone to do their advertising. Clarify why they're there. So the way I start all of our traffic discovery sessions is first I ask to record the call because if we end up working together, me and the team go back through it to make sure I didn't miss anything. Does that sound cool to you? Yeah. And then you hit record. Okay, look, man, you've got a billion and one things you want to do. I just want to make sure that we're a good fit for you. If we are a good fit, if you want, I can give you the sales pitch to try and convince you to pay us to do this for you. It's transparent. They know this is a sales call, stop trying to hide it. Why do you want to meet today? This is, I saw your ad, thought it was funny. Okay, no, why do you really want to meet today? So I'm relying on word of mouth, referrals to grow. I got burnt by an agency or a freelancer before. I tried boosting. When they say, oh, I tried my own advertising, I always ask, did you hit that blue boost button? They're going, yeah, okay, that's not advertising. It also doesn't work. Don't ever do that. Ultimately, they need more leads or sales, but you need to get them to say that out loud to you. They're not looking for information. They're looking to solve a problem. L is label them with a problem. Okay, so it sounds like you've been relying on word of mouth. I'm going to say the same thing over and over and over again, every single sales call, by the way. Sounds like you don't have a lot of time to learn, do all this stuff. Most of our competitors are dogs. I'm not surprised you got burnt. Overview their past experiences trying to solve this. So how long has it been like this? It's been like 12 months. Man, that sounds like a long time. Why are you only talking to me now? What have you tried in the past to fix this? We did some letter mail box drops. They didn't really work out. I wonder why. How did that work out? What did you like? Oh, also, if they worked with an agency or a freelancer in the past, it's very transparent if you just say, oh, well, what didn't you like working about them and going the negative way? Best way to do it is say, oh, what did you like about working with them? They go, oh, they were really good, but they default to the negative. The brain has a negative bias, by the way. Sounds like your expectations weren't met. What are your expectations? Get them to say it out loud because you need to know what they are. It also helps with your objection handling at the end. I'll get to that. S, sell them vacation. I think I can really help you. Do you want the sales pitch? Everyone fucking laughs. We'll have a system, and then you just go through, this is how we do it. We'll have a system in place where you put X dollars in, you get Y dollars out. You won't be relying on word of mouth. You won't be making or creating content every single day, but sometimes. By the way, that's the most time-consuming thing that we haven't worked out how to get clients to do, is sending them a script and telling them to film it on their phone. Oh my God, like for 6 months. When you email me, I'll actually reply. They love that shit. How sick would that be? Sell them the vacation, not the trip there. Benefits, not features. I'll get to that in a moment. Explain away their concerns. This is objection handling. So you need to find a fine balance between being needy and helpful. Remember what I said before, everyone hates that car salesman that backs them into a corner? You've got to find that happy medium. So the sales call that we were on, was it Monday that we signed, Mark? Yeah. He signed up on the call. I talked to him 6 months ago, and he said, I've got to go think about it. I don't like being a pushy salesman. Depending what mood I am and how cocky I'm feeling, I'll objection handle them. But for the most part, I'm like, dude, you're a grown-up. Make your own decision. If you need to go think about it and you need to go talk to someone, cool. I'll be here. But if you're in the exact same position that you are right now, when you reach out to me in 6 months, I'm going to call you out on it. I need to think about it. What's in your mind? What are you thinking about, bro? I say, if you need to tell me you need to think about it, it's one of three things. One, it's the price. Two, there's a question you're too shy to ask me. Or three, you're too polite to tell me to fuck off. It's one of those three things. It's not a good time. Well, when is it a good time? We need to make sure that this can work for you when it is a good time. I can't afford it. It was like, well, can you afford not to do this thing? It's like the chicken and the egg. We need to find you more customers and you need money to do it first. Reinforce their decision. Make sure you have a sick onboarding experience. As painless as possible. Nick's in charge of our onboarding experience. Maybe, I don't know if you're going to touch on it more, but make that, we do like a two-part thing. So the first call is really, really boring. It's getting access to all their accounts and stuff like that. Second one's a little bit more interesting. We just grill them with questions about their brand voice and stuff like that. Communication, expectation management. People are only disappointed when their expectations don't meet reality. So set expectations first. Gift cards in the mail, holy crap, we spent like $25 on 100 like little like cards that just say, we're glad to have you, and just has like a photo of us. Yeah, I've been using that pun for like 2 years, by the way. It was like the first ever landing page I made was a joke on that. They love that. They always text in, oh, thanks so much for the card. It costs us like 25 cents a card. They love it. We just handwrite it, something tangible that they can hold. Also gifts. They love alcohol, by the way. We went through a phase where I was researching like how to get like custom Where You vodka. It was way more operational drag than I was willing to do. And quick wins. You made a promise, now you had to keep it really fast. If you can reduce the time between them paying you and them getting their first win, better. Some advanced party tricks. So the brain has two systems of thinking. So if I asked you, like, what's 8 times 36?
No idea.
Exactly. Your brain slows down heaps. Maybe you go like 8, round up to 10, blah, blah, blah. But if I ask you, can you remember like the last time maybe you were like in an argument with someone and you just said something out loud so fast, like, shit, I shouldn't have said that. Exactly. Because your brain was thinking emotionally, and your brain makes decisions faster when you're thinking emotionally. So keep them in an emotional state. None of our ads, or at least none of our funnels or anything like that, none of them say Facebook ads, none of them say Google search ads. It's all you're relying on word of mouth, is stressing you out. Don't you wish you had Nurofen for this problem? Or morphine, as my ad says. Eye movement. Brody, can you tell me about your trip here?
I took the bus.
Okay, cool. I can already tell. You're kinesthetic because you're sitting like that as well. This is a really cool party trick. I used to do it a lot, and I was annoying in nightclubs. So if you ask someone a question, if their eyes move up, they're thinking visually. If their eyes move left and right, they're thinking like they're trying to recall or create sound in their head. If they're looking down a lot, or they sit like Brody, where they're like this, they're kinesthetic, so they need like hands-on demonstrations and things like that. So you need to look for their eye movement, because if they're like constantly kinesthetic, you're probably going to need to show them how stuff works. Another thing, when their eyes are moving to the left, typically they're trying to recall things in the past. So like that. If they're moving to the right, they're being creative. It could also suggest that they're lying. I'll tell you a funny story. So I did a job interview with someone, right? And one of the questions that I asked is, tell me about a time you royally fucked something up. The answer itself doesn't actually matter. I actually just want to know that you think about your question. You think about your mistakes and you learn from them. He went, I don't know. I think I like shortchanged someone or something like that. And looked that way. I'm like, you probably just lied to me. He couldn't think of something, so he just said that. He just made that up. But I wanted him to recall something. I actually don't care what his mistake was. I don't care if whatever, as long as it's not awful. But I want to know that he can recall and remember mistakes and that he learnt from them. He doesn't learn anything from something he made up. Oh, sorry, I wasn't done yet. Mirroring. This is too small a group to do it. But there's simple things where, like, if I just like sit like this, you like build more rapport. There's also a cool little hack you can do where, like, if you just start nodding, hopefully the person starts nodding as well. Brady didn't do it. But this is like a fun little trick you can do. So like when you're sitting across the table with them having coffee, try and like mirror them like that, and then the human brain just feels more rapport with people that are like them. So what you can do to test the rapport is just like randomly throughout the conversation without need, just start nodding like that and just start noticing if they start nodding as well. And if they don't do it at the start and you start noticing they're doing halfway through, you go, cool, got them. Oh, another cool thing with this as well, on the left and on the right, typically your paper bin's actually on the left depending on the configuration of your office because you throw stuff into the past. I had one situation where I walked in, the guy had the proposal that I gave to him in front of him, but he had it on his left. This meant he didn't really want it anymore. And then I talked through his objections and stuff like that, and it was on his right. So he was looking to it in his future. Fun little hacks like that. These aren't set in stone. I know, they're all good indicators though, okay? And then the yes or the yes close. I use this for the institute, Steve-o. So it depends what industry you're in and things like that. I don't do this for us. I just like prescribing them the best solution. But I learned this from the guy that taught me sales. He used to do the Mazda Zoom campaign and stuff like that. And he used to work for a deli for his dad, and his dad taught him, when you sell someone a pie, don't ask if they want sauce or not. Ask if they want 1 or 2 sources. Because now their brain isn't thinking yes or no, it's thinking yes or yes. So with the institute, remember that? I did your sales call. So look, man, when it comes to dealing with the dollars and cents, you've got 2 options. Option A, you can put down a 50% deposit, comes to $750. Option B, if it's more comfortable for you, you can just knock it out in one go. Of the 2, what are you leaning towards, A or B? Shut up, either way you bought, and you did. Cool, that's how you make promises. Next, I'm going to show you how to keep them.